So looking back on the Yeovil game, what's your overriding impression from that 90 minutes?
I suppose looking back here, overall disappointment that we've not managed to progress to the next round. I think when you're playing against a team, they've also had the 2 sendings off, you kind of look at it and think, well, it's a hell of a chance to beat another league club. But overall, I thought we were good up until probably the final third. Once we reached their area, we lacked that little bit of quality in that area to hurt them. I think if it had possibly stayed sort of 10 men or the 11, I would have think we'd have had a better chance. But I think at the time it went to 9 men, it became really difficult for us to break them down, and they camped on the edge of their box and defended well. So yeah, it's a sort of bit of mixed feeling really.
To be fair to them, credit to them, they defended really well and we struggled to break them down. I don't think we deserved to lose the game. I think a draw would have been a fair result, but on another day, if we had an early goal, I think it would have been a completely different game. But it's more frustration more than anything, really.
If it had been 11-11 throughout the 90, do you think we would have seen a different outcome to that game?
Well, I think so. I think they would have been more positive. They would have come at us, and I think it would have suited us slightly more. It would have been interesting. I think as a fan's perspective as well to see 11v11, but it wasn't to be. And sometimes it is, as I said, it's really hard sometimes to break a team down. I thought defensively they'd done really well, sat on the edge of their box, and we ran out of ideas really in the end to actually try and get through them and score a goal or create a goal scoring opportunity.
In terms of the overall cup run itself, though, I mean, is it still, it's still the first round proper for the second successive season, so there's a lot of positives you can take out the entire FA Cup run itself.
Yeah, you've got to look at the positives. I think it's the first time last year that we'd got to sort of the first and second round in a long time for the club, so to sort of replicate that the next year, it's a good achievement. And I think it shows you when people are disappointed you're not beating League Two clubs, it shows how far we've come. I think when I first took over, when we were losing to sort of Ryan and South teams, we're getting moaned at, and now we're getting moaned at for losing to League Two teams, so it shows we've come a long way.
In the press afterwards, obviously it was written that Lee Morgan felt he had to apologise for the incident that led up to their goal. Obviously we're told that he said that in the dressing room either at half time or after the game. I mean, obviously he's been absolutely outstanding for us for pretty much since he arrived. I mean, is it difficult when you are a keeper and those incidents do happen? Do you feel we needed to apologise, or is it just a type of character he is?
Well, there's two things there. I mean, he was unlucky. First of all, he's lost his foot in, and it does happen. But I think as a team we could have reacted off the second ball really, because we kind of just froze as it happened, and I think 2 of their players were there just to try and have a shot and slot it in. So I think it's fair play for Lee to actually come out and apologise, and it's credit to him really, because not a lot of players actually do that nowadays. And second of all, I think as a team we could have helped him out in terms of the second phase and reacting to the ball that dropped down. But he has been outstanding. You've said it. For the whole season he's kept us in games as well. So he's been immense for us at the back. So it's football at the end of the day. So.
And 24 hours after that Yeovil defeat, you go to Thamesmead in the Kent Senior Cup, go a goal down but come back to win 2-1. 5 first teamers, and the rest are all from the academy, so that must be great for you when you do need to pull on those resources. They do deliver for you.
Yes, it's a big help. We possibly could have changed the game, but it was a bit difficult, so I just felt that it was a chance to get the game done. We knew that I've got players that need minutes that have not been getting them, so it was important we had the game. It's good to get it out of your system, the loss as well, it don't matter what competition it's in. And it was good for the young lads as well as the older ones that need the minutes. It's good for the young lads. It gives them a chance to show the sort of standard they're going to come up against. I think Thamesmead were pretty much full strength. And I thought there were some very good performances from the young lads. And the likes of, you see Will Thomas playing at centre half with Watty and
Archie that played, who's only just recently come into the academy. So to see a first year at 16 years old go out and play against a strong side as well they put out is fantastic, and it's a credit to them. And even the second year academy boys to go out, none of them looked out of place, and they bedded in really well with the experience of like Watty and Franny and Birch that played, and it was a good game to watch actually, and they done really well, and I think the experience of the boys that played from the first team helped them. But I said it's a credit to them really to actually go out there, and I think they were a really strong side that they put out. I think there's only the goalkeeper they changed, Thamesmead, that hasn't been playing regularly in the league, so it's great, and it's great for the academy as well to see there's a progression from the youth team into the first team, and they get an opportunity if they do well. So it was a good event, and great for the boys that haven't been playing in the first team as well to get some minutes, and they look really sharp, all of them. So it was good.
This year we've obviously not got the 21 squad, so that's important. We've been loaning a lot of them out to sort of Kent League and Ryan and South clubs. But it's nice to have them opportunities to see them with sort of first team players to really judge where they're at. People like Reece Butler, obviously he's out playing men's football this year, and he's coming on leaps and bounds, and so it's good for us. It's a good opportunity for people, and that's why I felt it was important that we got the win, stayed in the cup. Again, it gives lads minutes, but also another opportunity for the young lads. And obviously now we've got Ebbsfleet at home in the Kent Cup. It's a great opportunity to show some of our supporters what's coming through.
So midweek back to academy action. 2 teams in the National Cup, 2 victories. How pleasing is that for you to see them progress in what ultimately is a competition that we won just a couple of seasons ago?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. That's the first thing I said to the lads before the game. I was with the second team. We were away at Cray, and I sort of said to them that this competition we won a few years back, so it'd be great to sort of replicate that. It was unfortunate to go out the FA Youth Cup this year. We're doing well in the league, in both the leagues, so it was important. I felt that we have a good run in the National Cup. It's a great competition. The finals always played at a league club, and it's a great experience again for the lads. So they've done well. I mean, it's the first time we've had both teams get to this sort of round. Normally one of the teams has gone out by now, so it's another bonus, and it's more games for the lads and more opportunities to play different teams outside of their league.
It shows the strength in depth that we've actually achieved this year in terms of both the first team and the second team going through. And like you said, we only had one second year in the whole squad that beat Cray on Wednesday. So again, it's good for next year, looking at the guys that are going to progress into the second year, that we should have quite a good strong squad for next year, moving to the FA Youth Cup. So
in terms of the 2 leagues that they are in, are we at the right end of both those tables?
Yeah, the first side, the first squad are doing very well. We tend to find it be one of sort of the top 3 in that league. We won it for a couple of years. I think we finished 2nd or 3rd last year. This year we're pushing again. The second squad, which is normally made up of the new first years, it's a bit of a learning curve for them in that league because they're new to it, and you find a lot of the other teams have a lot of second years, and we tend to sort of try, if we can, use the first years to get them used to the academy football. But they're doing okay. They've got a lot of games to catch up, so I think once they catch them up, we should be in quite a strong position.
And what's nice this year, we've got 7 or 8 boys that are dual registrated with other clubs, and they're playing week in, week out and getting experience. And there are 1 or 2 that we've keeping an eye on. We potentially could progress into the first team. And again, they're playing every week and gaining experience at men's level, at semi-pro level. So that's always going to improve them. But yeah, we've got 2 or 3 that we've got high hopes for, that we'll keep tabs on in their games where they're playing elsewhere, and hopefully have a chance in the first team.
Finally, looking ahead, it's Dartford tomorrow. We go into that game as the informed team in the Vanarama National League South. Talk on the back page of the papers today of win the 2 games in hand, you're 2 points behind Ebbsfleet. Is this a back-to-back title? You've kind of dismissed it in the KM. Your reason behind that?
I just think I'm being a bit realistic, to be honest. If you'd have said to me we'd be in this position start of the season, of course I'd have taken it. But it wasn't so long ago that everyone thought we were probably relegation after losing 2 at Bank Holiday, and everyone saying these players ain't good enough, this is not good enough, and we've kind of turned that around and gone on a good run. But it's a good run that we've got to make sure we try and extend. And as I said in the paper, if you get to after Christmas and we're still up and thereabouts, then we'll look at things again. But from the off, I said I'd like to try and make playoffs. I knew that'd be difficult because you're never quite sure. You put a squad together that you feel will challenge or do well, but you never until you get them out on the pitch. And it's only been recently, obviously, we found a formula that's worked for us, and we've gone on a good run. But I just think the reason I say it, I just think there's a lot of clubs that have been at this level a lot longer. That are putting a lot more into it, that train sort of almost full time, and that's the reason I say it. If we can make playoffs, it'd be an unbelievable achievement, and I know that's not going to be easy. There's a lot of teams trying to do that, but if we can start up and around it and make playoffs, then I'll be delighted.
You must be looking forward to tomorrow's match against Dartford.
Yeah, I've got some fond memories there. There's me, Jay May and Callum that used to play for Dartford. We spent 3 or 4 seasons there, me and Jay, and won two or three leagues. So it's always nice going back to your old club. Even better when you get the 3 points. But it's going to be a tough game. I think they've won their last couple of games in the league, so the confidence will be high. But we're confident going into the game. We're on a good run of form outside of the Yeovil result. Hopefully we can carry on and pick up 3 points.
Going head to head with probably one of Kent's most experienced, most respected managers in Tony Berman. Obviously, I guess a character you know well. What are you expecting from the game itself?
Yeah, he's done brilliant there, Tony, and he's took a little bit of stick recently, I think. But people have to realise he's made a lot of changes, brought a lot of youth through, and it takes time to gel. I think it'll be a very tough game. They're obviously on back-to-back wins, and he'll be keen at home to put on another good performance.
Well, they're a very direct side. They're playing. They've got Tom Bradbrook up front that used to play with us at Leatherhead, and he's a good player and works hard, very physical. And they've got some good players in their side. They've got some experience with a mixture of youngsters similar to us actually. And they'll be a tough one to break. But I'm sure if we are on our game, we play well, and we're at a higher tempo like we have been recently, we should cause them quite a few problems going forward. So we're fairly confident.
But for me, I think it's a perfect game for us. I think after the defeat against Yeovil, you want another big game to come into rather than going somewhere where there's hardly any fans and everyone's down a bit. But I think everyone's looking forward to it. There's a lot of ex-players in the mix, so there'll be a good support there. And obviously with the sort of rivalries in the past of the two clubs and the history of the two clubs, I think it's a great opportunity for us to go and try and bounce back with another win.